What's up, guys? We're back. So far, SOS is today's first survivor.
That is correct, Tasteless. SOS moves on to the round of 8, and now we see which Terran goes right down to Code A. Will it be Innovation or will it be Beyond?
I'm a little bit scared Innovation goes out. I think Innovation is supposed to win this, right? But, you know,
Byung is good TBT.
Yeah, he's very good. He's just a good player in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess you would generally give Innovation an edge against almost everyone in the world, so it wouldn't be wrong, I think, to be like, yeah, Innovation can move on, but I think this goes absolutely either way. It's a tough one. Let's see who's playing better.
I don't know, man. Innovation did not look good in those games against Rain, but that may have been Rain just outshining Innovation. Maybe Innovation's actually playing very well.
Well, Rain played like literally the best defensive macro game I've ever seen in Game 1, so I think Rain is playing just phenomenally in PvT here. So I don't know. I think Innovation can still put on some good games. I'm not judging him out because Rain played that well.
Well, our first map is going to be Overgrowth. Don't quite know what to expect here, but I think these are two great players to make a great TVT, that's for sure. Guys, so your friends to tune in here. This is the last day left in the round of 16. And we're going to see who will be eliminated first, Innovation or Beyond. In the bottom left in the red, he is
SK Telecom T1 Innovation.
And in the upper right, in the blue,
CJN2's Byung.
Wow.
I don't know about you, but because we cast it on Wednesday, Byul, I now keep fighting the urge to call Byung Byul. It keeps coming to my mind. It sounds so similar.
Okay. Yeah. And they're both on CJN2's. Whoa.
Yeah. Crazy.
By the way, guys, we were talking about it earlier. JYP,
we found out.
Pro now commentator.
Korean commentator.
He doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So Tasteless and I tweeted at him. And
this is our new campaign to get JYP to watch Game of Thrones.
If you guys could just go to one of our Twitter pages, either twitter.com/Artosis or Call Me Tasteless, and just give a little retweet to let JYP know that he needs to watch Game of Thrones. It's like, I don't even know what they talk about. Are they talking about StarCraft the whole time?
Listen, the fact
they talk about
he
StarCraft
doesn't
during
even
the whole
have
match?
an opinion on Daenerys' dragons upsets me.
God.
To no end.
The fact that he can't see how unfair it was to end the reign of Joffrey Baratheon disgusts me.
One
because
true king, yes.
I'm sure he's going to watch it and be like, I can't believe they killed this king so early. This is so sad.
How long has that? It's been out for 5 years now?
Something like that.
It's crazy.
Four, right?
No, it's in season 5. It takes 1 year to
2011.
get a season out. It's out every time at the same time of year.
No, Tasteless. Seasons are a measure of distance like a light year.
In this case, they are for Game of Thrones. They come out exactly same time. So it's going to be TBT here. Factory a little bit earlier here for Innovation. He actually got his gas earlier, too. He got his gas before his barracks.
He's grabbing a Reaper here as well. So let's see, a second gas going up for Innovation. Very likely going to tech up into Banshees. I would love to see it. Whereas Byung, still not adding any second gas. So might end up playing a little bit more defensively with a Viking and whatnot if Banshees do come into this.
You know, the unfortunate fact of the matter here for Innovation is that if he does win, he has to go play Rain.
Yeah.
Rain looks so good right now.
Yeah. But I think Innovation still, like, if Innovation just plays like one of his greatest games, he will be able to beat Rain. He has it within him to defeat Rain. It's just Rain played godly in that series.
He looked so good. It was something else.
Yeah.
So we have the command center starting now for Byung. And yeah, I think it's going to be a game where nobody can really hurt each other for the time being. The Reaper is going to potentially poke up here into the main.
do have that starport coming up for Innovation. Byung, ooh, he's going down his ramp. Could be a little bit of a problem. A bit of damage put on there.
Just backs up now. Viking started here for Innovation. The starport a little bit over halfway done here for Byung.
Yeah, I like that he has a second Reaper as well. That's pretty cool. Oh, he leads with those Hellions. All right, well, he's actually going to pick off as many Marines as he possibly can. And look at this. Very well done.
Then he gets up there. Those other 2 Hellions come out just in time.
Ooh, doesn't quite get that super red one.
And, yeah, he's now backed up.
That Hellion got so low on it. He was so dark red, he must have already had all the oxygen taken out of him. He was returning to the heart tasteless.
I wonder actually, like...
he came out of a vein tasteless.
When you see that rush, is that it just intended to actually get a kill there? Because we've seen that very rarely, but I'm always surprised because it always seems to end up in a trade. I can't think of a game where that's actually done anything that was particularly impactful.
Well, with the
are these going to die at the exact same time?
I think there's potential that you can get like a game-winning situation there, like if you happen to get all those Hellions. But anyways, we do have the Hellions counterattacking here for Byung.
Look at this angling. This is beautiful. And, you know, keep in mind the factory actually has an add-on making, so this is going to get a lot of SCVs.
Oh, man. Well, this is a big deal. A much bigger deal than the attack we saw out of Innovation. He is losing just way too much here.
It's actually going to be a Raven that's going to pop out, which doesn't really help that much.
It's like yours, yeah. Auto turret. It's like, well, I guess I won't
attack that. Yeah. Good thing this thing has wheels. I'll drive it away from this.
GG.
Wow, that just happened.
Yeah.
Guys.
Byung looking good.
Did Byung just do that to Innovation?
Yep.
That was a bop.
It was a bit of a bop.
That was a bit of a bopping.
Well, Innovation right now, a little bit wiggly.
A little bit salty.
His knee is bouncing right now. He's
By the way, guys, Innovation, this guy is ranked #1 on the ladder, and he is actually getting slayed here. And this goes to show you the difference between laddering, by the way, and a best-of-3 in a tournament where you know who your opponent is and you can prepare. Even Byung's like, did I just bop Innovation?
Yeah.
Damn.
Thing is, playing the ladder all day long doesn't mean that you're playing against the very top players, the very top strats.
I mean, because people hide their IDs on the ladder, I mean, you could play against somebody and they don't know. I mean, you don't know who you're against. You're pretty good against anybody as long as they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
But this is different. Here you have to prepare. Other players are watching you play at the same time in your other matches. I mean, there's a lot of mind games. It's hard to get out of a group at GSL. But oh, how time has changed.
Innovation.
This is the guy who 2.5 years ago I was saying is the best player I had ever seen. And he was at the time. Now he might get knocked out in the round of 16.
Yeah, first out of the group, in fact. And it's not even the group of death. It's like a really good group, but it's not the group of death at all.
Yeah.
It's probably the 3rd hardest group.
Our map is going to be Iron Fortress. It's already loading up. Innovation just died to a couple Hellions. We didn't even get to see an expansion setup in that game. A shockingly short game.
All right, we'll see if we can do a bit better, Tasteless. It is a giant map coming up here. I think Innovation can bring it to 1-1. We'll see, though.
All right, let's find out. Can Innovation turn this around, or are we going to have Rain versus Byung? We're going to see those results shortly here at the GSL Code S. In the bottom right, in the red, he needs to come back. He is.
SK Telecom T1 Innovation.
Always a bit expressionless. In the upper left, in the blue, oh man, is he already got an SCV rallied?
CJN2's Byung.
No.
Okay, that was really weird. He had that. I guess he just wanted to make that depot there.
Yeah, maybe he was thinking of making it at the ramp or something, but no. Right there, that's the place, Tasteless. So.
Special thanks to our sponsors at SBENU. If you would like to support the GSL, a great way to do that would be to buy a pair of SBENU shoes. You can buy them online if you're not in Korea.
I supported them by going down and buying a pair of SBENU shoes, which I am wearing right now.
You look fantastic.
They're comfy. They're nice. They look good.
I prefer you bare feet.
Oh, me too, yeah.
Yeah. That's why people don't understand that. That's why I picked Artosis to be my co-host, is that he has the most beautiful bare feet you've ever seen.
That's really funny because I do not have handsome feet. I do not.
They're beautiful in my eyes, Artosis. So, let's see how the early game goes here, because...
Do they have foot surgery? You know how they have plastic surgery for parts of your body you don't like? Do they have foot surgery?
I don't know.
Like, just make your feet more beautiful? What would that even be?
Well, for me, it would be, if I was going to make my feet more beautiful, I'd be like, can you remove this hair on the top of my feet so I don't look like a hobbit? You know you can do that.
You don't look like a hobbit. You look like a troll. just to get this out there, you look
big.
much more like a troll that lives under a bridge than a hobbit that goes up Mordor. Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I think you're correct. My feet are too big to be hobbit feet.
Yeah. And the thing is that hobbit feet are big in comparison to the rest of the body, and that doesn't work for you because, like, you're tall.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I stand
Your
corrected.
feet are only slightly too big for how tall you are. You're not a clown, Tasteless. You're not a clown.
No.
Orangutan, maybe.
But clown, no.
And clown, absolutely not.
So, in this game, though, I'm really curious if Innovation's just going to die right away. That last game was really, really weird. Innovation did that little attack with the Reaper and the Hellions.
Yeah.
And it was just counterattacked, right? Like, he saw, it was just Byung making a bunch of Hellions out of a reactor, and went up the ramp and killed him. Like, I'm confused.
I don't think it's going to be like that this time. I don't think it'll be that quick. It's such a big map that it's going to be hard to, like, even in the travel time, you just have so many more units, you know? I think it's going to be tough for him to kill him that fast. Like, TVTs aren't normally that fast, especially on Overgrowth.
Well, this is a big map. It is, especially cross spots, usually lends itself to be a pretty long Terran versus Terran.
Yeah, it definitely could be, too. See how these early harassments go. Byung neglecting a second gas, whereas Innovation going for it immediately. So both these guys have potential to deal real big amounts of damage to each other. Cloak Banshee versus like a Hellion drop, or possibly a Hellion attack with a Marine drop in there.
Yeah, it looks like it might be that, actually, with more Marines still coming out.
Yeah. So
TVT's funny like this early on, because sometimes they're both going to drop each other or attack into each other, but the medevacs didn't pass each other. So you end up in a situation where they're both just taking serious blows.
Yeah, they both...
All right.
Ooh. Well, you know what? That was a really good scout. He knows exactly what's coming for him.
And look at this, Byung just insta picks up and moves out.
Yeah. He should not die. Innovation should be able to hold on.
Yeah, he absolutely should. There's a Cloak Banshee coming here, which is going to be used to counterattack. He's not going to use that to defend. We see that heading out now. He does get that one Hellion, though. I'm not quite sure what the story was. I thought that would have just been right-clicked back up in there.
The way that he had to he juked up a hill made it a little bit harder. But yeah, look at this Widow Mine. Very well placed.
So if he goes up the ramp, he's in trouble. But if he... There it is.
All right, he really damaged those Hellions down, so he should be able to take those out pretty easily. Does have to bring up some SCVs here.
Well, he killed it. This is a limited number of units, though. It's not quite as scary as what happened in the last game when he got up there.
And when the Banshee pops out, he can clean this up pretty easily. So, does bring up some SCVs here. Nice Hellion micro from Byung to pull back.
Oh my God. Really nicely done. Picks up. Just going to go over here. Now it's Innovation's turn. How much damage can he do? He does have a Viking. He is making a Raven. The Cloak Banshee comes up. It is in vision range of the turret.
Yep. Still, even with that vision, takes a while to kill the Banshee, so he's getting a few SCV kills so far.
Is he going to scan here? In fact, he might not even have the energy to scan this. Oh, the Widow Mine! Okay, he doesn't go by it. He's going to try to come around here, get a few more hits. Innovation really interested in just doing that additional damage here, since he did already lose some Marines and some workers here. Okay, he's...
Looks like he does want to try to the Moose. He does have another Banshee on the way. And, the Widow Mine is going to try to intercept this Viking, maybe save the Banshee.
Smart move here.
Yeah, it's a really good move.
Or not.
Oh, no, he's just going to walk right past.
Just gonna...
I think he may have wanted to do that, because, yeah, well, that's okay. Maybe he'll get on the way back.
Now, if he can actually push that Banshee into the Widow Mine, that would be pretty crazy. So he's going to put an auto turret here. Now watch this. How does the Banshee exit?
It's in the escape route, so he's probably going to want to go the other way around. Dealing some pretty decent damage right now.
Yeah, 9 kills, actually. Finally, that Banshee goes down. Some blows traded for both of these guys.
Yeah, certainly. 25 SCVs for Byung, 31 for Innovation. Innovation continuing to make Banshees and send them up, as he should. And just continuing to kind of gain a little bit of an advantage. You know, Banshees with Cloak are a long-term harassment unit.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Innovation's expansion is up. And it's going to be now just 2 players on 2 bases. We do occasionally see pushes that can end the game, though. 2 base versus 2 base. So a lot of this is, different numbers of workers. It's actually a way higher number of workers for Innovation, almost 10 ahead. But sometimes that's not the thing you want to look for. Sometimes it's the tank count and the positioning. Terran, fundamentally, they do a lot of damage, but they take a lot of damage, which makes a TVT where somebody gets out of position, they just die. I mean, it just falls apart.
Yeah, that is, sometimes the mark of a great TVT player is how they move their units around the map and just continually reposition. It is such a big deal. Like, it can't be overstated because siege tanks are, like, they gain the biggest defender's advantage that there is. And if you can offensively defend, that's huge.
If you can get a position somewhere in their territory that they can't kill immediately, and your siege tanks are doing damage to some building that's not just a depot.
Yeah.
Sometimes even a depot, though, I guess can work. But like a command center or some location where you're mining from, or even over a refinery area, sometimes that's how the game just ends. And he's going to move in here now. Oh my God, they just entered siege mode, and there's nothing in the main.
Oh man, this could be big. Throws down a couple auto turrets here. It's going to be hard to actually flank in there at all. Does bring down his Banshee, but we do have a little bit of anti-air here.
And we don't actually, that Banshee's not going to kill you. That Raven needs to make a turn over here to the right. This was a disaster. He never had his Raven in the right spot. The Raven was not over the army. It couldn't see the Banshee. Therefore, the Banshee did so much damage.
Yeah, Innovation cleans that up easy.
Yeah, Innovation is nearly double in supply now. In fact, Innovation may just want to counterattack.
Yeah. I think
Innovation,
a counterattack might just straight win this game. He doesn't have stim yet, so it's a little bit difficult if his opponent becomes entrenched, but he lost his siege tanks, or at least a couple of them.
Whoa, overextension there. Nice control, pulling the Marines back. Stim is, you're right, Artosis, Stim is not done, but I mean, not having enough tanks, not having all this important stuff that you need. By the way, I gotta say, Byung doing a pretty impressive job kiting with these Hellions.
Picking off a lot of Marines, that's a big buffer for siege tanks. Siege tanks alone are not all that good.
Widowmine planted there, and let's see where that Raven is. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that was Byung that had the Raven. Innovation does not have a Raven, right? Oh no, he does. It's just right there on the unit counter tab. So he needs to bring this this Raven up here.
Well, let's see. Okay, he sees it.
He's going to get that mine.
We'll pick that off. Picking off some of the Hellions as well.
Okay, so he's going to set up the siege line right over here. In fact, he's just going to kill that tank.
It's a good choice. If you can keep that siege tank count low, you can definitely start winning everything. Nice point defense drone does go out. A couple auto turrets come out. Byung trying anything he can to hold on here, but
this is looking pretty dire. He's actually just pushing up right now. Look, he's going to leapfrog the siege tanks up here. And look, there it is. He's in that critical location I was talking about. Ooh. He's able to hit the command center. The SCVs are actually being pulled now and are being used to attack here, which really shows you how desperate Byung is at this moment. Unfortunately, I believe there's enough here that these tanks stay alive. Let's see if, nope, just one tank alive now.
Think Byung can hold this with his Hellion?
Shucks, I don't know.
It's a tough one. Even the Widowmine coming up to join the battle. Byung has almost nothing left.
Stim's
just
almost
a matter
done.
of time before he GG's out of here.
Yeah, it's actually 26 workers to 58. So Innovation bouncing back here.
Yeah, very well played this game. His Banshee's really doing a lot of work and some great defense against Byung's couple of attacks.
The Viking is going to try to land here on the high ground since, oh, nice snipe there.
Yeah.
Props to Byung, but here come the rest of these Vikings. GG, 1-1. Okay, this is the Innovation I'm used to seeing play.
Yeah. Very well done. Great defense, great harassment, and the follow-up attack, just knowing that he has enough to finish him off. All right, Pace is tied up 1-1.
Cool games. Short for TVTs, by the way.
Yeah, these are pretty bloody.
Pretty gory TVTs.
Yeah. Some bare knuckle TVTs going on right now, too.
And remember, the winner goes on to face off against Rain, so that's going to be a tough match, I think, for either of these guys. Frankly, a tough match for anybody.
Yeah.
But Rain is in
Rain's
top
PvT right now is really as good as it's ever been.
Yeah.
In the round of 32, it was absolutely flawless as well.
Yeah.
We know his PvT is just on point at the moment.
Expedition Lost is going to be our map.
The loser here, or rather the winner that gets out of this group in second place, plays against Maru. So if Rain does that, like, he's a pretty good choice to maybe get an upset on Maru. Best player in the world.
That's very, very true. All right, we are going to get this going here. One of these two players is about to be knocked out of the GSL Code S, and we'll have to go all the way back to the GSL Code A and move it through there in order to get back into Code S again. The winner well, let's just say the winner that gets out of this group today, yes, they get to the round of 8. Yes, they're that much closer to the finals, but also, if they're eliminated in the round of 8, they get an automatic seed back into Code S.
Laud is on the line here, Tasteless.
In the upper right, in the red, he is
SK Telecom T1 Innovation.
in the bottom left in the blue.
CJN2 SBENU.
Well, let's see how this TVT turns out.
Indeed.
You think Innovation's going to win this, or is it going to be Byung?
Oh boy. It's so hard to say here, Tasteless. Like, I think these two are very well matched in TVT. I don't even want to make a prediction. Which one are you taking?
Well, usually I would always say Innovation, right? But he just doesn't seem to be playing quite as well as before.
So you're thinking Byung will take it?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm happy to be wrong about that, though. I'm fine with Innovation just moving on.
So far, it is mirrored builds. Excuse me. So, what did you do yesterday, Tasteless?
I played Heroes of the Storm all day.
Yeah?
It was great.
Did you play any Terran heroes?
Hold on.
Raynor or Tychus?
No.
No?
I don't like playing either of those ones actually as much. I'm okay with Raynor. I can do it.
Are you a Protoss hero?
I'm Zeratul.
Zeratul, the Dark Templar.
Zeratul is my spirit animal. It's a DT that has blink.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And Artosis, we're trying to think which hero in Heroes of the Storm you are.
I play which one I am or which one I play?
You're the Lost Vikings.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
You're that little red one that's fast.
I'm Joanna. Just turtle all day, never die.
That's a good hero. That is. Well, we have the factory here first, and behind that, Byung a little bit delayed. Yeah. Oh, did you hear Fallout 4 was announced?
I did hear that. You must be excited. You really like Fallout 3.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of those. Well, I was actually even into the Fallout 1 and 2, man.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best stories, best universes that was made.
It is really
cool.
I
mean, it's pretty cool.
Back when I first was out here.
Oh yeah, you come over to my house.
I watched you play because I didn't own any video game systems. I didn't even have a computer.
You were still getting started.
I would watch Tasteless play, and I'd be like, "Tasteless, may I have a turn, please?"
And I'm like,
"Shut up! It's my PlayStation."
I'm like that friend. I'm like, you can only use my crappy controller. Did you ever have a friend like that? You go over to his house, and he'd have like the one legit controller, and then he'd have that one that was like, this is in a time period where Mad Catz controllers were not that good.
Oh yeah.
Like, now Mad Catz makes like the best fighting game sticks and everything like that, but at the time,
way back,
you'd be like trying to
play
we were
like 12 and stuff. They were like more of a junky brand, but
you go to your friend's house to play like on their Nintendo 64 when you're a kid, and then you get stuck with a really crappy controller that hurts your thumb. You can't rotate it.
I do know of these controllers, but overall, I think my friends always just either had good controllers or shared properly, you know. I don't have any
I
bad
had
memories.
some friends. I had some friends that were like, well, that's my thing.
You gotta value yourself above those friends.
Well, I do.
You know what? You can take this moment now that you're a famous television star and tell those friends what you think about them, Tasteless.
Well, guys, you hurt my feelings, and I would have beat you. I would have won.
If you had the good
I would have
controller.
won those Soul Calibur matches if you let me use the good Dreamcast controller. They're probably not watching. He's like, whatever, Tasteless.
Oh, they're watching.
Tasteless, I'm a well-respected attorney. I don't care what you think. I'm like, damn, they won
It's like,
again.
Tasteless, I literally saved 2 lives this morning because I'm a doctor, and you talk about video games on television and whine about
You are the last thing that
controllers.
society needs, Tasteless.
It's like literally
Or
when the economy starts to collapse, your job is literally the first to go, Tasteless. So
Tasteless, Artosis, let me tell you something. You guys have the most useless job in the world. Like, some people grew up to become architects, okay?
Yeah. Tasteless, like, if we dropped you in the
Tasteless
woods, you literally couldn't get out alive. It could.
We've made this joke. You made this joke before where it's like we see these like great K-pop stars and you're like, look, if we dropped them off in the jungle and we had to have them find water and survive, they wouldn't make it, okay?
They wouldn't make it. Their high fashion clothes, ridiculous hats.
We would not survive in the world of Fallout, that's for sure.
No, certainly not.
I'd be like siping gasoline. I have no idea how to do that. I just die. Okay, so Banshee's come up here, and Cloak just now finished. He's actually driving that Banshee out, though. Not too many impactful kills. He wants to get the SCVs. Nice damage, though, there by Innovation.
Yeah, he put a lot of damage on that Banshee really quickly, so that was nice. Does have his own Banshee out at the moment. He doesn't have Cloak, so he's kind of counting on Viking not existing on the other side or not being in place.
Byung actually making the command center on the low ground. We don't always see that.
Good understanding of when he's able to do such a thing.
Yeah, when he's the aggressor and really has control of the game. There's no room for the other player to come down and try to get that. And so Innovation's Banshee is going to be chased back out.
Yeah. Byung gonna repair his up. Since Byung did end up purchasing the Cloak upgrade, he definitely wants to get his usage out of it.
So it's going to be reactored Vikings coming out here for Innovation.
For both players,
This
in
can
fact.
sometimes when you do the reactored Vikings, it can lend itself to a possible push early.
No.
As important as tanks are, when we talk about them, Vikings are equally as important because the Vikings allow you to win the air battle. If you win the air battle, you know your siege tanks do shoot farther than they can see. So having a Viking to spot for that is pretty huge, as well as the ability to just see up onto the high ground. And here we go, Innovation now starting that push. It would be a bit weird if we had 3 TVTs in a row that end quickly. You know, it is normally a much longer matchup.
Yeah, you know, some of these maps lend themselves to quicker games, but like, for instance, the really quick game was on Overgrowth, which is not really one of those. Normally that lasts a bit longer, but you know, I guess it's just the nature of the way these guys are playing. Right now, still very close. We could get Innovation starting up that. Oh, he started the stim that canceled, actually. That's interesting.
So the push is coming down here now. This is one of these maps where you can't, you know how you can push from the low ground or push into their expansion? It's not as easy to go back and forth on this. So wherever you set up, you better commit, you better do, oh my God, he just happens to be moving out.
Oh, he's got to back up here.
Okay, I thought for a second no tank volley is going to connect with that other tank, but they did. Now that each Raven has the ability to use point defense drone, these siege tanks should be in range. Yeah, they are of that tank. As I said before, they can shoot farther than they can see. The point defense drones go down. This looks a little bit silly with the fact that these Vikings can't hit each other.
Well,
but don't forget, there's actually a Banshee here that's going to be hitting the tank on the low ground, which should allow the rest of this push to move forward. Oh, well, actually,
nice scan there, but he moves back immediately. Very well done. Good micro there by Byung, but you know what? Byung was also reactoring out those Vikings, and that really worked out very well for him. In the meantime, we do have the Marines turning around, trying to stop that Banshee.
And Byung did win that air battle.
Yeah, and he's moving across the map with this giant Viking count right now, which is fantastic.
And even though Innovation was ahead in the tank count, a lot of these tanks can be picked off in this process. Just one Banshee can clean all that up.
Yeah, in fact, that's what he's going for right now, Tasteless. Can pick off this one Marine. He has so many Vikings to win this air battle, and this one Cloak Banshee really showing his worth.
A nice snipe over here. Oh,
God, he
misclick. He needs to get that.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, barely does in time. But Byung is continuing to push forward here. He can actually just land all these Vikings as well.
I think he might body block.
Whoa. Looks like he top decked to win here. Vikings are actually going to land and do a nice surround here on these tanks. Is this it?
I think it might be. There's a lot of damage being dealt to Innovation right now. That is a lot of Marines as well. Good targeting by Innovation, but is this going to be enough? Well, lose that siege tank.
He's moving back out. Talk about a slugfest of a game here.
Yeah, certainly. Oh, he wants that siege tank so badly. Oh, he doesn't get it.
Well, so many blows here being exchanged, but you know, I guess the only thing that really happened that was more significance at the end of the day was that Byung actually has more workers. Innovation lost a handful of workers in that fight. Yeah, and I think, although I do think Byung also is going to get this expansion up pretty easily and nicely.
Yeah, he has a few more units, a few more workers. So
nobody really has a serious army.
Yeah.
Both players have laughable armies at this point in time. So
definitely, and Byung with that extra command center and like a slight lead in every way, should be able to maintain a nice lead here.
Well, it looks like Innovation can be expanding over here to the upper right. Just south of where his main is. That's why he's destroying those rocks. Stim is now finishing up. Both players getting range attack. For a sec there, though, I did think that game might end. And we saw Byung pushing forward.
Yeah, he got a few nice volleys off. Like he targeted his tanks on those Marines very quickly, which was really important because those Marines are going to put out so much damage against the SCDs.
Here's where this gets very important. Innovation's actually building this on building his expansion at the expansion. He's not building it into his main and floating it there. Yeah. So if Byung's attack does a lot of damage and he forces it to blow up, that's it. It's 3 base versus 2 base.
Well, right now, Innovation has a lot of ground that he has to defend against. Byung is the one that is being more aggressive here.
Oh, he's going forward.
I don't know if this is going to end up working for him. He's trying to target down these siege tanks, but Innovation's Marine's doing a great job.
Nice. He immediately snaps back, comes over here, and takes out these tanks. Kind of a weird engagement there from Byung. The angle was bad. He didn't have good vision of it.
Yeah, that stim and run in, the sieging tanks in range. Maybe you like miscounted the amount of siege tanks that were going to be there, but Innovation definitely getting the favorable end of that engagement.
Well, the expansion will get up for Innovation, and now Innovation is going to try to push down across the map in a counterattack.
Well, here Byung goes. A nice spread here, trying to pick up whatever he can. Stims up with some more Marines, but a lot of medevacs there for Innovation. He has to pull back.
He's going to regroup again over here. He's going to stim and try to attack down here now. It's pretty sparse here for Byung. He does have a lot of medevacs though. And with these Marines up here, I think he should be able to force this attack back a little bit further. Yeah. Innovation picks up. Again, a real bloodbath of the game.
These two are at each other's throats non-stop here. Well, we do have the +1 armor is actually going to finish up for Byung, and Innovation stayed on only 1 eBay, so that's something that can really, especially in these small battles where it's a bunch of Marines attacking each other quite a bit, that +1 armor actually is going to make a pretty big difference. Just something to keep in mind. Of course, something like good siege tank hits can offset that, though.
Oh, nice snipe. Unfortunately, that ramp does act like a bottleneck. It's hard to come down and attack him. Whoa, SCD pull. What is happening?
He was
what is going on?
He's ready to give his all to that one, too.
Why are those out there?
It was good pickoff, so he got those 3 siege tanks. That's a big deal. Byung does have the siege tank lead. Marine count very close, but again, 1 more upgrade at this moment for Byung. Innovation will catch up with that, though.
Innovation is hungry to try to take out this expansion down here, although he's pretty behind in supply. Some of that is workers, but some of that's army as well. I mean, he's overall behind. Maybe with infantry armor, he'll be able to do something. I'm not sure. Again, TVT, just such an unforgiving matchup. You get 1 spot, sometimes we'll have a game that's neck and neck the whole time we're casting it. Hard to say who's going to win. And then 1 battle, the guy didn't siege up in time, or 1 player stimmed before the other. Medevacs flew into the wrong location. That's the game.
That's definitely can be the case. The TVTs can swing awfully fast if you you're out of position for a moment, if you get a poor engagement.
This is a cool play here by Innovation. He made it. He blocked off that area north of the Young's second base, and now he's going to tear this open over here. So that way he can attack the third base or the main.
And look, with Siege Tanks sieged up here, you can start hitting very important add-ons like reactors. Force some of these buildings back, cause a lot of lost mining time.
TVT can so often come down to something like this. Just hitting these reactors or hitting these barracks over here, this may cost Byung the game.
Yeah, Byung is losing a lot of production
and look
here.
at this. This is so good.
Oh, that's fantastic. But it looks like Byung going to come from behind here, and he's actually flanking everything with his Marines.
He's going to swallow this up. Nice escape, though. Does lose one medevac. But Innovation forces the expansion to lift. And now we're going to have a drop over here on these tanks and SCVs.
All right, well, that's a very good move by Innovation, picking off absolutely anything he can. One thing to mention, it's 2-2 against 1-1 right now, so Byung's Marine count is really, really important here. Like, with 2 more upgrades for the next, like, 100 seconds or something, is 2 more upgrades with Marines, which means he is going to plow his opponent's Marines if he can get a nice engagement.
Yeah, that's very true. Not just a position game here, but an upgrade game as well. Innovation's going to have a lot more finesse in his opponent if he's going to win this.
Well, that's some finesse right there.
This is what we're seeing right here. Just take on those reactors and then book it.
He has way more Marines than his opponent. He definitely can win in that situation. He's got to back up. Needs to draw him into Siege Tank range. The Siege Tank splash has to make up for that 2 upgrade disadvantage. Innovation will get it relatively soon, so Byung's time to really capitalize on those upgrades is starting to go away.
Byung is now making another command center. But so far, it's Innovation that's been leading the race right now. Oh, he sees the weakness. He's going to go for it. Tanks are going to come up here and siege up. You can see Byung actually wants to tear through that and head northbound. Innovation cuts him off at the pass. A lot of pushing going on over here. This is actually a pretty technical mid-game TVT, what we're seeing. This
Positionally, they are really fighting tooth and nail for everything. A lot of scans going down because it's more important to try to get the good engagement.
Oh, he's going to go for it. Ooh. Keep in mind, when you have this many Marines, every time you stim, it's a bit of a big deal.
Yeah.
Everything has to heal.
By the way, the upgrades are even now on those Marines. 3-3 does get started for Byung, but it doesn't look like he can break in anywhere, because he is making another command center here. Looks like he is looking to take a 4th base relatively soon.
Again, the Vikings able to spot here, reducing that tank count. Innovation looking a bit unbreakable.
Yeah.
Occasionally we see SCV pulls here. I think an SCV pull from Innovation would not be a foolish idea if he managed to come out here and break this.
Uh-oh, he tries to go forward here with the siege tanks. Innovation stemming down. We have a huge concave being formed by Innovation. A little bit late, though, so Byung starts to push through on the right.
Oh, man. You know, when he did that, the Marines were not actually arced out correctly.
Yes.
So we saw on the left side, the Marines were kind of looping around to the side.
Yeah. It was like if he started that at the same arc that he ended it, he would have crushed through that. Innovation would have, but he didn't. So Byung actually starts to take this. Stemming forward. Is he going to be able to get these siege tanks? That would be huge.
And Byung, I think, is actually breaking him.
It does
Everything changed. I mean, I thought Innovation was in a fine position. Nobody made him go out there and attack, by the way.
Yeah.
He did not have to go out and do that.
Thing is, I think he could have taken that battle if he was spread a bit better.
I agree.
It's just, you know,
I do agree.
Them's the apples, as they say.
Well, losing the 3rd base if you're Innovation essentially means losing the game.
Yeah.
He's going to inch forward with these siege tanks. You can see he wants to just get in range of where that command center is, and that's when it is really bad.
This is almost Byung's game right now. He's taking it for it. His 3-3 is on the way as well. Just stemming forward, trying to engage. Killing off quite a few SCVs here, but Innovation pushing it back a little bit.
Okay, the reinforcements are here. There's too many tanks, too many Marines.
Yeah.
Now, Innovation is expanding to the center north here.
Now maybe he gives up this location, tries to fight on, but he's going to be down 2 upgrades once again. I don't know how he's going to be able to do this.
I think the answer is he can.
Let's see, he is forcing Byung back for now. That's a big moment. But he's way down in supply.
Yeah, By the way, 3-3 about to finish up here for Byung, which is going to make this infantry army very scary. 100 supply now to 134. I mean, Byung is just ahead in every way.
Yep, it's a really tough game for Innovation from here. This is almost impossible to come back from, I think. But there are ways. Like, if he can take a couple good engagements, maybe he sneaks a medevac around and finds a place that Byung is undefended. He's got to get some great siege shank hits. The thing is, he's not even in a position where he can really start 3-3 because he's so far behind in units. To even spend those minerals would be really tough on him. So it feels like Byung is just, for the rest of the game, pretty much, he's going to be 2 upgrades ahead on Marines. So anytime Marines fight each other, Byung is going to be taking a huge advantage in that. And he even has more siege tanks. Jeez. Ugh.
Notice the patience here from Byung. He's pretty much won, but he's not overextending.
He's playing fantastically.
He's
really
thinking
impressive
to himself, okay, I've got this. Let me just get more ahead. Be very careful with my army. It's not clear to him what Innovation's army size is. We can see it, but it's much easier for us, obviously. It's 131 to 174. So all he has to do is basically stamp out this base up here.
Yeah. And he can kind of take his time on it as well. He actually just took his fifth
Alamo
base
here.
Well, it looks like he is deciding to go ahead and take this engagement, and he is going to start crushing through it.
Splash damage is pretty good, guys.
Splash City.
Okay, so we actually now have Byung on 5 bases. Innovation barely hanging on. Vehicle weapons +2 just completed, by the way. I'm like trying to think of the best way to say this. I'm like very impossible to win right now.
Very impossible.
As an articulate person, I would say very impossible. As look, he's just solely taking every position here. Pretty soon, Innovation will not actually be able to traffic units between his third base and his second base. It's just the siege tanks will be able to hit everything.
That is exactly what's going on. Byung starting to push up there again. A little bit overzealous with that small amount of Marines, though.
Okay, he's just going to push forward and siege up.
It is just way too many siege tanks. Innovation should be going GG.
Yep, he knows it. He just inched forward in his chair.
That's right.
He's digesting the loss now.
The historic inch forward because I'm dead move there.
Or salty, yeah. And I believe we're going to see GG here, which means it's going to be Byung against Innovation. Guys, or Byung against, Rain. I gotta say, we just saw in Group B the guy who's ranked #1 on the StarCraft II ladder
in the world.
He's ranked #1 in laddering, lose first. That goes to show you how competitive this tournament is.
That is pretty darn competitive.
You know, that goes to show you the difference between a ladder and a tournament.
Not just that, multiple-time finalist, champion.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it, Innovation's got it. But this time, he does not have a seed for next season. He does not have a round of 8. He is back down to Code A.
Time to go back to the bottom of the mountain and start climbing again.
That's right. Code A, more like Code ABC, you later.
Innovation obviously disappointed. You know, nothing hurts more than when you're the best in the world and now you're in a position where, you know, you're just another one of the players that we have in the GSL.
It certainly hurts a lot.
But we've seen people, you know, go to the top, fall from grace, and then rise back up.
Well, maybe he got too close to the sun and his wings.
He was Icarus. He flew too close to the sun. Well, you know, not a ton to say about that.
Yeah.
Byung just played better
his TVT
overall.
is really, really fantastic.
Yeah, his TVT is very good. We've had Byung around for a while
good
now.
enough, though, to take out Rain?
I'm guessing no, but we'll see. We're going to take a short little break. When we come back, our final best of 3 and the final, not just for today, but for all of the round of 16, we're going to see who's going to get that last spot, either Rain or Byung. Stay tuned.
왜? 시작하는 거야? 그럼 어떻게 하는 거야? 하나 모르게? 롤을 얼마나 많이 했는데 이걸 못하겠어?
이름이 달라요?
탈 것 수원데 야, 제트키 누르면 탈 것이야. 알아. 나 몰라. 뭐야? 아, 처음 들었네. 캐리건이다, 캐리건. 캐리건 뭐야?
스타크래프트?
스타에서 캐리건. 레벨이 몇이야, 이게? 가지고 없다. 우리나라 특성상 템이 있어야 좋아. 살아남았어, 거기서? 개쩐다.
야, 이거 궁극기 같은 거 뭔가?
궁극기 10레벨 때 풀린대. 궁극기 10레벨 때 풀린대. 너무 많아. 너무 많아.
필요한 이때 들어가야 돼.
저. 아이고.
야야야, 미친.
뭐 위험한데? help me. 잡아.
내가 짓는 거 아니냐? 잘해.
근데 이거 햄 사는 머리 아픈 건 없어.
야, 이거 진짜 재밌다.
이거 롤 처음 하는데 고전이라고 하는 느낌.
어떤 게임인지는 알고 계셨어요? 그 게임 나온 거예요.
아, 블리자드 거예요?
재밌었어요. 나오면 할 의향이 있어요? 네. 롤 접고?